Hey guys, Dr. Eric Smith, and today we're going to talk about a condition, a muscular kind of condition, instead of just adjustment video, but we're going to talk about a muscular condition called upper cross syndrome. So upper cross syndrome is a configuration that happens in our body, and it's been known more frequently now as text neck. So you think about it that when you have your head more forward and all this is getting tight, your certain muscles get turned on and certain muscles get turned off. Some would argue that some are weak and some are strong, but the way we look at it is more like when you have a muscle that's tight, the other one's being inhibited. So what we want to do is teach you some stretches and exercises that you can do at home for things that, like when you're working more at home at your desk, when you have a lot of tightness up here, you're having some pain in your neck, or also for those that constantly are using their cell phone and doing this. So what it really is that you usually get a tightness here and a tightness in your pecs. So you're getting a lot of this kind of pattern through here, and then these muscles on the other side of this cross here are being turned off. So your deep neck flexors as well as the muscles between your shoulder blades. So what that creates in posture is, instead of you having a nice posture where your shoulder or your ear is over your shoulder and you're sitting up a nice posture, that you end up being more like this. So we can adjust and do different things to help the body in terms of fixing that, but we want to also help the muscular pattern, because if I adjust you and I don't fix how you move, you're just going to go right back to having the same configuration and distortions in your spine, and we want to start fixing that. So Morgan's going to show you the first stretch, which is cervical retraction. So as you can see, she's taking and kind of pointing your chin back. This is also, we joke, call it the double chin exercise. So you're really just pushing back and feeling straight back. So you should be getting some movement at this lower part of your skull and into your neck. So we're starting to get natural movement in there, because a lot of times we're way too far forward. You may have noticed in pictures, a lot of times people will say like, oh, my head's so far forward. This is an exercise that's going to help work in on that musculature back there and stretching out the ones that are tight and getting some of these to fire a little bit more. So those are cervical retractions. I suggest that all these exercises you do 3 sets of 10 to 15 every other day, and as needed. So if you feel pain during any of these, let us know. We can help give you some other exercises, but for the most part you should be able to do these without any pain. You don't have to push it so hard that you're in pain. So the next exercise we're going to do is the deep neck flexion. So this one we like to do, and what she's doing is she put her chin back first, so she tucked her chin back, and then now she's lifting her head up with her chin kind of going toward the chest. What that's doing is working a lot of the musculature in here to get this to work and allow your head and those muscles to get stronger, and getting better movement in the facet joints and such in the back of the cervical spine. So this one might be a little bit harder for you to do. Do this to what you can tolerate. You'll probably also notice when you have deep neck flexors, a good test to do is doing one of these and trying to hold it. If you get shaky within the first 10 seconds, you definitely need to be working on this exercise. The next one we're going to do is a levator stretch. So this muscle, the levator scap, is attached right through here, where most people tell us they're in a lot of pain. So it's right through here, and then it attaches on the side of the spine. So when that muscle's tight, it can actually rotate your neck, give you a lot of pain. And those of you that are sleeping on your stomach, rotating your head all night long, you're probably going to have really, really tight muscle with that. So what you do, as you can see, she is laterally flexing her head and then turning and looking at her opposite pocket. Okay, so that stretch is going to get this side, and then if she's going to do the other side, she would just go to the left. So laterally flex, goes to bring that ear right over to the shoulder, and then you're going to look down at the opposite pocket. So you can hold that for a few seconds, 3 to 5 seconds if you want, and again do 10 repetitions of that. So the next exercise we do is what's called a trap stretch. So the traps are the other set of muscles through here that all come up, and they kind of work in the same area as the levator scap. So this is going to, if you're working to the left side here, you're going to stretch to the right like she just did, and then you're going to look at the same side pocket. So a little bit different than the levator scap, but very, very similar. So you can do those, and I highly suggest anybody that's working at a desk, using your cell phone, having that tight neck, this will help out quite a bit. So, and then finally, the one that we want to show you is an exercise to start getting these muscles called your pectorals loosened up. you have two sets of muscles in there in your pectoral group called your pec major and then your pec minor. The pec major basically does this movement, and your pec minor attaches here to here. So as I always talk about, a muscle has one job, it's to contract, and what it does is pull the shoulder in. So Morgan's going to show you how we stretch that out. And so we'll show you how to do the one with one door. And so pretty simple, she's going to drop that elbow. So when you do that, you drop the elbow, you get more of a stretch through here. And then you want to do multiple positions with this to hit all the pecs. So she's going to raise her arm up a little bit. And then what I suggest for you is that you find that point that it's really sore, or you can feel a good stretch, because everybody's going to be a little bit different. And as you can see, she's pretty flexible through her thoracic, so we can do that. And then she's going to do one a little bit higher up. And this is going to get more of that pec minor, so you should feel it here. And the good thing is when you retract your shoulder blade and bring it back, and you let that elbow just drop or go straight in line with that, you're going to get the best stretch out of there. If you roll, because remember, we're trying to undo your shoulders being rolled in, so we want those to go back. So I'm going to have her flip around, and we're going to show you what it looks like from the back when you can actually do both. So this is the doorway stretch. She's going to drop these elbows. Good. And then you hold that for a few seconds as well, 3 to 5 seconds. Make sure you take a nice deep breath, let it out and come back. And then I would do 3 to 5 repetitions at that point, and then move the arms up. Do 3 to 5 repetitions, and her shoulders are in such a great position. She's getting a good stretch through there. And then when you get done with those, you're going to do the final position, which is a little bit higher. So right through there, keeping those shoulders there, and then leaning through. And you would see that her shoulder blades are pretty close when you get there. So this is the type of exercise and program that I highly suggest for anybody that feels upper neck tightness, starting to have some numbness and tingling in their hands, or just want to reestablish that natural curve in your neck. Take a look at our other videos that talk about the cervical roll and some other things you can do with that curve. But if you have any specific questions about this condition, feel free to comment below or give our office a call.